Hi everyone. Sorry, just to let you know, I've got this on mute at the minute, just because it's a little noisy where I am. So I'm going to kind of be. I am here. I'm able to speak and stuff. So if you have any questions and stuff, then or want to chat, then let me know. But for the time being, I'm just going to keep the sound muted, just for the time being, if you don't mind. So, but if you want to ask me anything, then feel free. So yeah, again, just to make you aware that I am here and I am able to speak and stuff. If you want to ask any questions or if you want any comments or anything like that, but I'm just keeping the microphone muted because my kids are still up and it's a little bit noisy here and stuff. So yeah, but if you want to have a chat or anything, then feel free to write a comment or whatever. So just let you know, just keeping it on mute just for the time being. So, but I am here if you want to speak. So yeah, sorry, good stuff. Are you highlighting? Personally, I have a hard time finding where to put those brighter highlights or brighter lines. Yes, highlighting at the moment. Just it's a very nice, easy scheme. This one, it's just basically the highlights of the armor, essentially just the one silver highlight. So it's nice and easy. So I'm just basically just hitting all the edges essentially on this. It's nothing. It's not too complex. So I'm not having to build up multiple layers of highlights on this scheme. So I think if you are the best thing you can say, but if you want to try to look for where to put highlights, if you're struggling with that, it's really just to kind of imagine a light source and then go from there. So, or you can just basically do every edge, or I don't know, try to imagine that the light is coming from the top down about a 45-degree angle, and that way you can kind of see which areas you'd want to maybe put a slightly lighter highlight on the top, rather than all the way around. But it really depends on the look you're going for, to be honest. Thank you. I'm painting a space marine at the moment. This is part of a commission that uh, somebody's paying me for. So yeah, slowly but surely working through them. As I say, I've got it on mute at the moment. I'm just sort of dropping in and out with with speaking because it's a little noisy where I am. But again, if you've got any questions or anything, then feel free to ask, and I will bring the sound back up. Camera setup is an iPhone. It's basically yeah, it's just this is just an iPhone on a little rig thing that attaches to the side of my desk. So nothing fancy. Um, yeah, nice and simple, nice and straightforward. Just apply. I've just started painting a building, so I'm still getting the hang of it. I'll send you my Empress Children minis. Let me know what you think if you got the time. Yeah, feel free if you want to send me. If you yeah, go for it. I'm on Instagram, and if you want to send me some pictures of your minis or whatever, then of yours, I will. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see them. Why not? Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Always happy to see other people's work. Um, yeah, definitely, absolutely. When did I start doing this? I've been I started as a teenager, so sort of in the 90s, showing my age. and then I took a very long break and kind of got back into it about maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 6 years ago now, I think. And yeah, it's kind of snowballed from there, really. So it sort of moved from just a hobby to a sort of a kind of like a part-time job as well. So um, I run the YouTube channel, and I also um, I I do commissions as well. So essentially, people pay me to paint these for them. So this one, as an example, these guys that I'm working on here, they don't belong to me. I'm painting them for a client. Um, yeah, doing this sort of thing for a long time, but the it's sort of maybe over the last sort of 6 years, I think it's really sort of got back into it. Are those grey knights? No, they're not. These are um, they are silver skulls. So it's not a particularly well established um, chapter, but this scheme was sort of like made reasonably well known by a guy named Darren Latham, who is I believe he's the lead miniature designer at Games Workshop. So this is his sort of custom scheme. So I'm essentially just copying his. So yeah, they're just Space Marines. They're not as fancy as Grey Knights. Yeah, they do. I think they have a slightly. I think it was just. I don't know if it's sort of intentional for them to have the same ones, the Iron Warriors. But I think it's just it was again. I think it's down to Darren Latham when he was putting the scheme together when he was doing his own ones, and they just happen to be they're nice. They're easily accessible. Which I actually have some here. So these will eventually be on the shoulder pads. These small ones there when they're done as a chapter symbol. So yeah. What metallic paint are you using? This one is Stormhost Silver. which is here, and that's basically just the really nice bright silver for the highlight on the metal. I thought there was a theory that the Silver Skulls were a loyalist successor of Iron Warrior. I mean, that's possible. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about the sort of the background, the of them. So yeah, you're absolutely you may be right. You may be right. I'm not sure. Um, I know a bit, and I know a reasonable bit about all the background and the lore and stuff, but I'm not an expert. There are other channels out there that people know far more than I do about that sort of stuff. Um, yeah, this is definitely more of a painting channel than anything else. The silver metallic looks really nice, mate. Thank you. It's actually really easy. It's literally just it's lead belcher. Um, so for anyone who's unaware, who's watching, because I think when you do these vertical streams, I think you get a lot of kind of people that aren't necessarily subscribers and stuff. People are completely new to it, probably potentially don't even know what I'm doing. So lead belcher is a dark metallic paint, and then it's just basically non-oil all over the top as a wash, and then highlighted up with the bright silver, um, and that's it. And it works really nicely. It's nice and simple. It's very easy to do. And you could actually, I'm only highlighting the armor on these because they are characters. So I think for the client's army, he is not highlighting the basically the infantry and stuff. So you can actually knock these out very quickly by just 90% of the model is done just with a wash, and that's it. And then you can just spend your time on the weapons and the details and stuff. So it's a nice scheme. And I think if you want to, as army painting goes, it's a very sort of beginner friendly and nice and easy to get an army together relatively quickly. As I say, as these are characters, they're getting a little bit more love and they're getting the extra highlights and stuff. So the main thing I've noticed with metallics is that you have to thin them more to get a smooth look. Yes, you do. These were I tend to use an airbrush, so just because for speed, speed and obviously the look. But yes, I mean, the thing is, you can get for doing the main bulk of this, as it's lead belcher, you can buy that in spray cans, so you can just use that as a spray over a black prime, and then that's the majority of it done in one hit. But as I say, I tend to use an airbrush just because it's easier. You drink paint? Well, each to their own. I wouldn't advise it, but if it makes you happy. I need to paint my minis. It's been months since I got them. Well, there you go. You should find some time. It's good fun and very rewarding when you've done it. So yeah, you should. What you have you just started out? You say It's been months since I got them. Is that sort of like because you've just started out? It's like a new thing. What do you have? What do you need to paint? Oh, right. Sorry, I'm losing track here. I had Tau. I painted them. Got the Ultimate Starter set. Made them. Haven't painted them yet. Okay. Well, yeah. That's you should find some time. Yeah, go for it. I actually painted a Tau army for someone a couple of years back, and that was it was good fun. They were nice army to work on. What you painting there? I'm painting some Silver Skulls, Space Marines. Da, da, da. Where are we? I have the Deathcore Krieg. Yep, I have a Deathcore Krieg army that I have just I bought the bulk of the army earlier this year, and I've just started painting them up. In fact, if you are interested, the not the last video, but the previous video, I think it came about a few weeks ago on the channel. I painted 50 Deathcore of Krieg infantry, sort of all in one go, and then put that together as a video. So if you are interested, that was a bit of a challenge. A lot of big sort of one big batch of 50 miniatures all at once. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I got them done. So the bulk of the army's finished, which is good. Looks smooth this far. Nicely done, mate. The red is very nice. Contrast, yeah, it does. It's a new. Again, I'm painting for someone else, so he passed me over the sort of the paints that needed to be used. So I have to kind of like use, so it matches up with the rest of his army. And the red, the highlights method is a new one on me. I've not used it before, and I actually really like it. So I'll probably be using that recipe for the red in the future, maybe on something else, because actually I think it works really well. Those are the Marines to talk about in the advertised the Combat Patrol magazine. I'm interested. Also got to go, but I love the Legend show. Oh, thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, one quick thing. Does anyone know White Dwarf? Or the magazine White Dwarf? I used to have a subscription to that when I was a kid. I used to get it through the post every month. This is sort of pre-internet. So all my you had to wait every month until the next magazine came out. I used to get it through the post. Again, showing my age. But I've not bought the magazine in a good while. But yeah, I'd recommend picking that up. It's worth looking at. Things you don't need it quite as much these days because obviously the internet's a thing. So but yes, I did used to get that a lot. A lot of good memories of reading that on a weekend as a kid when it came out. Oh, sorry, it's going to unmute that. So this guy's not quite done because the backpack's been fitted separately, so that needs a wash and then the highlight on that. So I'm going to leave that for the time being. But yeah, you can get an idea of that's this guy's finished. Apart from the decals, anyway. So you can get an idea of what they're going to look like when they're done. And again, this guy's same state, but again, needs the backpack finishing and the arms. Actually, saying that because they've been fitted separately as well. We're getting there. Again, sorry about this. Just want to if you've just sort of jumped on, I've got it muted just at the moment because it's a little noisy here because my son is still up and I've got the back door open and the next door neighbours there. I've got their kids out and stuff, so which is fine. But I'm keeping it on mute until just while I'm just doing this anyway. But if you've got any questions or you want to write a comment, you want to ask me anything, then go for it, and I'll put the sound back on. And I'll answer you. Love those paint holders in the back. Who makes those? Also amazing paint job. Thank you for the paint job comment. That's very nice of you. Thank you. These are from a company called TT Combat, and they're dirt cheap. They cost about 10 quid, and they basically come flat pack. It's just laser cut MDF, and you just glue them together. So yeah, yeah, I would recommend them. I always mean to like spray paint them and make them look a little bit more appealing, but yeah, they are very cheap and very effective. So yeah, TT Combat, yeah, check them out. They do very nice MDF sort of terrain and things as well. So yeah, I'd recommend them. I like them as a company. Yeah, nice, good company. Bought a few bits and pieces from them over the years. Are we going to see any more Spectral Wolves, Mister? Yes, yes, they are. You are. They are going to be back at some point. I'm finding some time. Um, I do need to do something. The only thing is I'm not quite sure what to do with them. I'd like to put them back on the channel because people like them and I enjoy them as well. But the thing is, I've done the tutorial of how to actually paint them. So I'm trying to work out what do I do. I can't do another tutorial going over the same scheme, if that makes sense, you know. So I'm trying to work out what I do. I could just do like get the whole army out and just have it and just, you know, do like a little army showcase thing, I suppose. If anybody were interested in seeing that, I could do that. Or I don't know, I could paint a character or something. I don't know. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, then feel free to let me know. Seems like an excuse to buy more models. Would love to see a chapter master. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to be sensible about buying stuff. Money's a bit tight at the moment. Um, so, and I've got like, a pile of my deathcore that needs doing and stuff. So I'm trying not to buy anything. I'm doing my best. I haven't bought anything new for a very long time now. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think of something to put the Spectral Wolves back on the channel. Yeah, maybe a chapter master would be quite an interesting idea. I haven't really thought that far ahead about what I would do with that. After, I'll have a think. I'll have a think. The main issue is, um, as I say, is sort of it's twofold really. It's money and time. Like I just had like a very big repair bill on the car, and um, I just can't justify spending money on models at the moment. So um, I kind of figure it's a good excuse to kind of just say I'm gonna, as far as my own stuff is concerned, I'm just gonna paint like my deathcore because they're the big project that kind of got started and hasn't been finished yet. So it's a good reason to not buy any more stuff. Doesn't need to be true. Just nice to watch people paint and kit bash something unique. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, yeah. Um, I just worry that sometimes that I don't know. Like I kind of think, oh, I'll do a video on whatever, and then I think, oh, is anybody gonna want to watch that? But yeah, I mean, I I'll have to do something with them and get them back on the channel. Because I try my best to kind of if I'm making a video, it's something that I was already going to be working on. I don't make videos just for the sake of making videos because that's a slippery slope, and you end up just doing things that you don't really care about just to kind of get something on the channel, you know. So I try and avoid that. I just try and use this way of documenting what I'm actually working on. So yeah, not sure how good the lighting is here at the moment. It's suddenly got a bit dark. Sorry, I just sort of disappeared for a moment there. I'm kind of my son's about to go to bed, so um, yeah, I'm just trying to get him to go and do all the things he needs to do before he goes to bed. I've just noticed here, if you don't know if you can see that or not, but that bit on the white ropes there, I think I must have touched that at some point, and it's rubbed some of the paint away back down to the black primer. So that's going to need touching up. I could watch you paint all day. These look so good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody watching as well, because I know this is not the most exciting of live streams. I try quite sedate here. I'm not, so I do appreciate you sort of taking the time to watch and stuff, and to comment and whatever. It does help. And yeah, if you aren't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button as well, and maybe have a watch of some of the sort of the videos on the channel, because it goes a long way to help grow things. And um, I'm I'm really wanting to try and grow the channel and make it a bit bigger. So if you're able to help with that, I would be very appreciative. Sorry. Sorry, I had to quickly just disappear for a minute. Then just it's well, sorry, my son had to go to bed, and he is 7, so he needs a bit of help getting a few of the last bits done as he's getting ready, and my wife's upstairs waiting for him, so she's going to do bedtime. I just need to give him a hand. So yeah, anyway, thanks very much for sort of keeping me company while I'm doing this. It's appreciated. I've kind of I'm trying to do these a bit more now. Trying to do these streams a little bit more frequently where I can, because I do quite enjoy doing them, and yeah, it's nice just to have a little bit more interaction with people. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And yeah, again, apologies that I'm not. It's relatively quiet when I do these. I'm not sort of. This is not, you know, a loud, shouty channel. So yeah, but I am here. So if you do have any questions or you want to comment or ask anything or whatever, then I'll always try and reply where I can. In fact, channel is just over 2 years old now, and so far I've replied to every comment on every video on the channel. Maybe not on every single live stream, but on all the other ones, which I'm quite proud of. I kind of said I told myself I was going to do that, and I've stuck to it so far. So I will continue doing that. Those are some nice models. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like them. They're not mine. They don't belong to me anyway. I'm just painting them for somebody else as a commission. How much did you pay for the Grey Knight? These are not Grey Knights. These are Silver Skulls. These are more sort of standard Space Marines. This, again, I didn't pay for these. They belong to someone else. So, but I think this box of 5 is about £40, I think, in the UK. But you can get it cheaper if you go to somewhere like Element Games. So again, if you're in the UK and you want to buy anything, if you go somewhere in the bio on the channel, I believe there will be a link to Element Games, and that goes a long way to help the channel as well. I get a little kickback if you buy through that, so feel free to use that link, and you also get a discount as well. So it's cheaper to buy it through there than it is through Games Workshop. So it's win-win, but that goes a long way to help the channel. Oh. I just got a third party. I can never remember how to pronounce that. Sakaran. Give me tips for painting larger minis and tanks and stuff. Best bet would be find us if you don't own an airbrush. Find a spray can that will work with whatever scheme it is that you're going for. If you haven't if you haven't already got a scheme worked out, then yeah, that would be the best thing you can do, is to start with that. That way you've got all that base coat done on that larger model in one hit. So you can go to a company like the Color Forge, and they do lots and lots of different spray cans, and that are matched up to Games Workshop paints. So I would recommend that. I mean, you can do it with a brush, but it's a lot easier if you can get that main coat down with the spray can. And then the other thing that makes life a lot easier as well is if the scheme you're going for, go for something a bit more sort of battered up and stuff. That way you can do weathering and things with sponges and stuff like that, which works really well on larger models, tanks and stuff. And it speeds the process up, and it looks really cool. And yeah, so it's just whereas if you're going for real clean and precise, doing on a larger thing like a tank can take a very long time. I mean, it's worth it when it's done, but it's yeah, you can kind of make life a bit easier yourself just by working on that initial scheme and what you can actually do with it before you start. Before you're painting, do you apply base coat? Yes, you have to. Yeah, you got to got to prime it first. Yeah, if you don't paint straight onto plastic or resin until you've primed it. So get yourself some black or like a dark grey, or depending on the color, you can get like whites and things, but get a primer first. You need to spray them first before you can start painting, because the paint will not adhere to the plastic properly. It's just yeah, it's one of the things you have to do. You've got to prime them first. So yeah, if you are new to this, make sure you do that first. Can I paint the Primark next time? Well, you'll have to ask the owner, who is in the chat here. I think maybe he wants me to paint the the Primark for them at some point. But yeah, I'll have to wait and see. But I would be happy to. Yeah, there you go. See, he said that. So he's got to stick to it now. So yeah, at some point, yes, I will do that. I will do that because he's asked me to, so I will do that for him. And that sounds like a fun project as well. So I'm quite up for doing that. I've only ever painted one Primark model actually, up to this point. I had again, it was a commission, so not mine. It's Magnus. But I had this I've always had this thought about basically just buying or getting all of the Primarks just to paint them. That's going to be a future project when I can afford it. It'd be quite nice to have all of them, have them on a shelf. What's the largest mini you've painted? How long would you say it took? Largest one was a Taunar, the big Forge World resin Titan for the Tau, which is by far the biggest one I've done. Second might be my monolith, my Necron monolith, which is up on the shelf here, but it's way too big to get down at the moment. But if you want to see it, there's a video on the channel going over how it's done. It's got a tree growing out of it. So if you want to see a Necron monolith with a scratch built tree growing out the top, then yeah, there is a video there. But I'm actually working on another one at the moment, another very big model as a commission for another client, which I'm filming for the channel. So that's going to be up there with one of the biggest ones I've done. So take a guess about what that is. Some of you may have seen it actually if you've been on live streams up to this point. I was trying to keep it. I have sort of shown it on that a couple of times before any work started on it, so some people might know. But yeah, a very very big one that I'm working on. So yeah, backpack not done yet because it needs the wash and stuff. Because I did those separately, and I wanted to just get them glued in. Yeah, I think apart from the backpacks and the helmets, I think we're nearly done now. And the bases, obviously. I'm particularly pleased with this guy. Obviously, he still needs the helmet, but I think that's I think he's coming up quite nicely. I need to finish off the little ammo belt things here and do the highlights on the backpack. But again, it's all just backpacks at this point because they've been sort of kept off and done separately. So yeah, they're nearly done. I'm pretty happy. I'm very happy with how the banner came out. In fact, I tagged Darren Latham a picture of that, and he commented saying it was excellent. So I was quite happy with that. The man himself, the man who actually came up with the scheme in the first place, liked it. So that's good enough for me. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Well, I'm glad you like them. I'm hoping that it won't take too much longer to get them finished and get them back to you. And these arrived today, so I have the decals. I will hold on to. I've obviously got the ones just for the shoulder pads, but I've got a load of extras here, so I can hold on to those for any future bits that you want doing at any point, vehicles and stuff. So I've got them. So yeah, all good. Helmets here still need finishing off. They need at least another coat. So yeah, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. It's really just to say, finishing the packs on a couple of them. This guy's done. As far as I can tell, anyway, he's finished. Pretty happy with that. I think it looks pretty cool. Although you do need to make a decision about what you're doing with the bases, so I can get that sorted out. I do have. If you want to go nice and simple, we've got this, and I can do some snow and stuff, which is the same method that I use for my death core. So if you want to have a look at that, that's on the channel. I can do the same method. It's nice and quick, easily to replicate, because I know that's what you wanted. You wanted something you can easily replicate later on. But yeah, well, yeah. Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, I am going to. Oh, only problem with Sterling Mud is, yeah, it is more expensive. Yeah, there is that. But it's up to you. You tell me what you let me know. I'll sort the bases out, and yeah, I'll get it done. But we're nearly there now. So yeah, let me know. Right, I have to disappear because I've got to go and sort some dinner out and stuff, and I've been on here well over an hour. So I'll leave you guys to it. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to try and do this a bit more often. I'd like to maybe try and just do this every night, actually, to be honest, because I do quite enjoy doing it. And a lot of it I've been sort of I've not done it as frequently as I would like to, because obviously it's always quite noisy here. We've got the kids here and stuff, but I kind of realised that I could just actually keep it on mute and then just come and talk when I need to talk. And it seems to have worked. I did the same thing yesterday, and it seems to work right. So I'm going to try and do it a bit more often. So yeah. So anyway, thanks very much for joining me, and I will catch up with you all soon. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.